I have a note here from somebody that didn't think they'd be able to keep it together. So this is from Shelby. Victor, you've changed my life more than you will ever know. We've been through so much together and separately, but through it all, you always stuck by my side, and I always stuck by yours. Even though you would sometimes drive me so crazy I could pull my hair out, you always made me laugh so hard it would bring tears to my eyes. You would snore so loud and hog my bed that I would have to go sleep on my own couch. You could never get over the fact that I thought islands float, and you loved telling everyone who would listen. You stole my clothes and wore them like they were your own, despite the fact that they were mostly women's clothes. But in turn, I equally bugged you. I would laugh at your English-speaking ways or lack thereof, refuse to let you wear my headbands, and force you to get your haircuts. I would laugh at your newly found vegan diet and bug you about Chico being more my dog than yours. These are just some of the things that made our friendship so amazing and grew us closer and closer over the years. I love you and miss you, and I promise to live my life to the fullest for you.
Hi, my name is Leah. I'm absolutely terrified to do this right now, but I promise myself I will try. So I met Victor when we first moved to Kamloops. I started a new job around the same time as him. We worked together at the nightclub. I have a lot of really, really good memories with him there and all the people we worked with. And I remember that we used to spend a lot of time sitting around the Life and Tattoo shop. We used to hang out there a lot. And we used to talk about how we wanted to start a bicycle gang in Kamloops. And how we'd all have matching jackets and cruise around the city together. And I feel like today that we did that for Victor. A bike gang of his friends cruising the city together in his honor. And I know he would have loved it so much. A lot of our best ideas came from hanging out at that tattoo shop. And our backpacking trip to Peru was one of them. And I'll never forget the day that Victor and our friends came running into Carlos O'Brien's while I was bartending and to tell me, we're doing it, we're buying the tickets, are you in or are you out? And I was most definitely in. And from the moment we landed in Peru, Victor's family warmed us welcomely with open arms, and they graciously welcomed us into their home. They gave us beds to sleep and food to eat, and they went above and beyond to make sure that we were safe and having an amazing time. And honestly, they did so much more than that. They say we are a product of where we come from, and it was very clear where Victor got his great big and loving heart from his family. Thank you for the gift of Victor. Victor, thank you for being my friend. Thank you for everything you did for me. Victor knew a lot of joy and a lot of love in his life. And this is the hardest pill to swallow. But this great loss of our friend gives us a forced reflection. And Victor will continue to teach us lessons. And in his life, I know that everyone here made him really happy. And I think that's a big blessing, and I thank everyone for that.
Hi, I'm Kayla. I'm just as scared as you were, and you gave me confidence to do it, so I thought I'd do it. Just like Jake, how I met Victor was I was in a relationship that I needed out of. I was scared. He protected me, and he let me into his house and gave me a place to live. No one's mentioned these boots yet, and I know we've all seen them. And the first day he came home, I'm sitting at the table, I'm studying, and he goes, "Look at these, they're awesome." aren't they? And I was like, what color do you think those are? Red. They're red. You're gonna match my headband. And I was like, okay, where are you going? I'm gonna go see Shelby. And I was like, Shelby's gonna tell you that they look great. He goes, oh, I know, trust me. And out he goes with his pink sweater, his blue bandana, and these freaking boots, and just strutted out. And then an hour later, he comes in a taxi to get Chico. Like, he got a taxi to come and get Chico. And he goes, Shelby said they didn't look good, but I'm still gonna wear them. And he was just like, okay. Like, there's nothing I can do. And every time he left the house, it was in these boots. And I'm sure everyone has seen his fashion and everything, and I think there's nothing other than he was great. That's all I can say for Victor. And thank you to his family for honestly giving us such a wonderful gift of a soul and a being he is. And he's a protector to every one of us, and he's looking down on every one of us and is going to protect us from above. So, to Victor!
Thank you everybody for coming here. That means lots to us. I will not cry because he told me not to cry. Every time I felt to fall down, he let me up. I feel it. That somebody sent me this, my niece, and it really touched me. Says the departure of a loved one is a natural process. Our ego personalizes it and makes us believe that we are the only ones who go through this path. Unfortunately, no one prepares us for physical death, which is an only certainty in life. Death cannot end everything, even the departure of a child. It is an anticipated move, which has always happened, and happens, and will continue to happen. Unfortunately, no one stays forever in each existence. We will all go back, understanding that we are finite gifts and different perspective of life. We will also have to leave, and we don't know how and when. We are just strangers, visitors on a short trip, each one with a different purpose and time. Our mission is to perfect our soul, involved in the spirits, and know the most important language, the language of love. Because it is love, it is such a strong bond that is to give us clarity, comfort, understanding, knowing that the essential never ends. Let's love beyond forms, beyond the skin, beyond appearance. Let's love because we will go through existence, and we will leave this trip only with what we carry in our soul. He came to visit us a week before, the week that he passed, the weekend, and I never seen my son so happy. Lately, actually 6-7 months, he was so happy. But that day, that weekend was amazing, and he was with us, telling us, that he's happy. He says, Mom, I've never been so happy. And maybe it's because I am vegetarian now, I am vegan, and I don't eat meat. And he says, please, Mom, stop eating meat. So, then he says, even my friends told me they saw a lot of change in me. So, he was, I was very anxious, and I says, Mom, calm down. I have everything done now, so it, he, that he uses his cells all the time. And I always says, don't worry, I have another one for you. So he did tell me the last one was Shelby. He says, what's going on? Victor doesn't answer the phone. He says, you know, he lost his phone. So I says, okay, I have another one for you, and he has to pick up his computer and something for his work. So that's when he came. So that day he was so calm. We went to do his stuff, and then we went to Peruvian restaurant. We ate. He ate so much, and then he says, you know, I want to rest in the afternoon because and normally he wants to go out. He has friends in Calgary, and his brother always backs him. He says, let's go out. And that night he says, no, I don't want to go out. He says, tell Big Deal to come over, and we will have supper here. So I did the supper, and then after supper he says, I don't know, I was tired. He was tired this afternoon, which never been like that. And then next day, 7 in the morning, he says, you know, Mom, I'm leaving. Yes, I said, because early is better to go. So, but I was so anxious. I don't know why, but I prepared food in the cooler for he can bring it, and fruit and everything, and had a smoothie for him. And he says, Mom, give me more. You're giving me a little bit. So he was, and he says, I have everything in your car. So then I said, Victor, I don't know why, but drive careful. I don't know why I have something here. He said, don't worry, I'll be okay. I will drive safe. He drive back the driveway, and he came back. And he says, Mom, I will be okay. Don't worry. He says, please call me from Golden, from Riverstoke, everywhere you stay. You stop. Yes, I will. He didn't call me. I was very anxious. I was in the church that day. I was anxious, and I says, God, I worry too much about Victor. I don't know why, but you know, I put Victor's in your hands and Diego in the other hand. I don't want to worry no more. And I don't know, I was calm. The afternoon, again, I was trying to call him, and then when I called, he said, Mom, I'm in Savanarm. He says, what? You're supposed to be in Golden now. So he says, don't worry, I'm okay. I didn't stop because my car battery is dying, and I don't want to have a risk. And I heard so many stories about the battery, even at his work. So I says, because I asked him before, why you don't stay one more day? So ask your work for one day. He says, no. So after a while, in his job, he was working for 2 years in the same job, and he says he never missed a day of work. He says, so why you don't want to miss one day? But anyways, he even says once sometimes the battery doesn't work his car, he was even riding there. So I think after I hear so many stories of his friends, of people they know, yesterday a guy approached us and made us cry because he said he was from Jamaica. I don't know, he's here, he didn't want to come and talk, but he says he was by himself. He was with anger management or something, and he was just going crazy, and he didn't want to leave. And Victor was always talking to him, encouraging him, and he says, thanks to Victor, I have a business now. 4 years from there, he was supporting me all the time. And then many other girls talking to him like that, and I said, you know, my son, maybe he made good choices, bad choices, but think those choices, he touched so many lives, so many people talking about him. It's amazing. My friend just came from Prince George. They went to Cora right now for lunch, and they said people that they were services people for a funeral. So are you coming for pictures? And they said he's amazing. So, you know, everywhere you go in this town, you can see how much they love him, how much. And not only here, we went to Europe with him 2 years ago. He everywhere we go, I have relatives there. Everywhere we go, he was just putting his light in there. I have a nephew. He couldn't travel to Peru because he didn't have money, and he says, you know what? Me and my cousin will make a fund so you can come. And he took him 2 years ago. He took my nephew from France because he wants to see the family there. In Peru, all the family, all my nieces, and that's why we name all the names, because they love him. he always, like he says, comes Victor and have light in his smile and have light in his life, and he wants encourage and help. It was one story. My sister, she does everything for the daughters and always helping. And the daughters, they never help her. So one year he was going and I said, take some presents for your cousins. He says, I'm taking. He says, what? Dolorama. He says, oh, gloves and something for cleaning the house. He says, what? They will not be happy. He says, I don't care, but they will help mom now. But they never help. That's what he always, tries to make things different. So I am so calm now because I think it's an angel for me. His family in Peru, or my family, they are doing a foundation for children in his name. I hear here they want to do something for mental health people in his name. So, that's the only thing that made me alive, because I thought, how can it? But if something is like, continue doing something. And also I adopt so many sons now. Since yesterday, I said, if you are not my son now, I don't know. But, I adopt them. I will come over to campus to check on them. And I will feel like, Victor is still with us. Thank you.